Hey guys, it's been a little while since I gave you an update on the frame itself. So this is the frame that I'm going to be using for my Cummins Highboy build, and some of this I may have covered in earlier videos, but this is the front of the truck looking back here. So some of the things that I've done, this cross brace has been replaced. I actually bought this off of Battleborn Brakes. They make some really cool products for these Highboys, but I like this because you got eyelets for chains. You can see I have a 12,000 pound winch mounted. But more importantly, some of the frame mods, or the frame mod that you have to make for the diesel, is this right here. Okay, so there's no right or wrong way to do this as long as it works. Okay, what I did was I removed the original Ford cross brace. Right, I put a plate here, I put a plate here, and then I just took these 45s down either side and filled the metal in. With the setup that I made here on previous trucks or previous builds that I've done, I think it gives you between 4.5 and 5 inches of clearance between the bottom of the oil pan and the top of the cross brace. Some guys may not like that. I've seen some guys where they take and they just give the original brace a haircut. The only problem that I feel like I would have with that is it's pretty tight on clearance over here on the Cummins when the AC pump is on. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to have to cut this little bit of an area right here so the pump has space, because it literally sits right in here. There's quite a bit of room on this side, but anyhow, it makes a nice job, and if you ever wanted to put a gas motor, original gas motor, back in the truck, you certainly could, and it doesn't take away from the original structure of the truck. Some of the other popular things I've done, you can see I have the plate here for to mount I like the 78, 79 steering box system, so I have that. I just need to drill my holes here. But no big deal. Two of the existing holes from the original Highboy line up, and then you line up the other two, and away you go. To mount the diesel, the center hole here, so you see 3 holes for the different motor setups that you could have original in these trucks, which was really just the 306, 360. I'm not sure 390 was ever an option. It may have been, but of course, and then in 76 and 77, you could have a 400 or a 460. But most all, if you hear Highboy, 90% of Highboys, if it's 76 and down, they had 360s. Some of them did come with 306s. But anyhow, not that matters. But I also fixed my cab mounts by putting washers on. Some guys, I got these at a local hardware store. Very inexpensive. I think, I don't know, $4 I did every single one, whether they're bad or not. That way the height is the same on the body of the truck. When you're going with the diesel, this cross brace stays as is. Same with this. And of course the next one back under the bed. You do right here, I'm not sure if you can see or not, but I'm running a ZF5 transmission, so it sits back a little bit further than the stock 4-speed. So I've drilled 3 new holes and moved the mounting point back for the transmission. But other than that, it's pretty simple. Of course, I'm going to be using the stock transfer case. This is where the stock divorce transfer case bolts. And the only other thing that you sort of have to fabricate is on the cross brace where the tranny goes. I made a mounting point for the 4-wheel drive shifter. I can show you that. I have it on this truck over here. This truck here, should have explained earlier, but This truck here is a diesel highboy that I built. I wrecked it. The frame is bent. And I don't have any photos or videos from that build, so it kind of, in a way, it was a catalyst to me creating this channel. I wanted to share some of my knowledge with you all on how to put one of these together and make it a diesel. But listen, I like all highboys, so I don't discriminate on your build or what motors you try to put in. You know, your truck is your truck. So anyhow, back to the frame. So that's really the only thing on the brakes, and I'll show you that in future videos as I'm swapping everything from this truck. You know, the rears and everything are going to be going on this frame. But anyhow, all in all, this frame was pulled out of the Northeast here, not too far from where I'm at. It is pitted a little bit, but for a northern frame, I couldn't expect to find much better. Shame of it is the frame on that truck was absolutely beautiful, but anyhow, things happen. So that's sort of a little bit of a status update on this. The only other thing that I'm doing here, and of course I'll catch you guys up on this as I go, but I did 45 the back of the frame here. Again, you know, if you're doing an OEM build, that's awesome. I'm not. I'm setting this truck up to be a dump. I have a bed that I built when I built that one, etc. But you 45 these, and then you mount your pivot points in the back for the dump bed. So I'll show you all that. Okay. I did save the cutoffs of the frame in case I ever want to go back to a regular bed, or I decide to sell the truck and somebody wants to go back to regular bed. You could just weld them right back on, not know the difference. But I only have a couple more, so to get to this, I'm getting ready to lift the body off. I will be lifting the body off in one piece, so I'm not taking the walk off of the cab. I lift it off with one piece. I have a forklift here in the shop. There he is over there. And just a few things on my rundown checklist here that I got to make sure I have unhitched. A couple of wires to unplug there. I have to unhitch my fuel cutoff, which I'm struggling right now because the cable clamps that I used are like an odd metric size. Seems to be in between an 8 and a 9. I swear to God, I used to have an 8.8 or an 8.5, maybe even. So any of you that are watching this, if you can confirm or deny that, but I'm about ready to just get the adjustable wrench out. Other than that, I've already unhitched the clutch, intercooler, radiator, all the temp gauges, pyrometer, all that stuff, oil, sending units all unhitched, brake master cylinders unhitched, of course the steering rod, fuel tank I took out, you know, all the cab bolts are out. So I'll lift this off in one piece. Again, I'll give you an update, but there's the door. That door's garbage. It's all bent up on the pillar. That was a casualty of the accident recovery. But so I'll be taking this body off, and then it's a matter of swapping. I'm going to put the rear end in this truck under the back, obviously. This front end here is a original Dana 4x4 to the truck. Of course, drum brakes, knuckle. I have a 77 highboy disc 44, stock disc 44 out of a highboy, which it's nice to find a 60, but if you can find a 44, it's still a cool upgrade. Okay. That's going to be going under the front end, hopefully. I got to, of course, completely rebuild it, and there's a portion of the front end it's a little bit rotted, but anyhow, I'm sure I'll show you that in future videos to come here. But not sure what I'm going to do as far as the brakes. Of course, it'll be disc up front and drum in the back, but I'm thinking I'm going to either make up my own Hydro Boost kit off of like an F Super Duty, or I'm just going to buy one of the kits. And you know, there's several companies out there that sell them. Again, I like Battleborn's products. He has kits already made up, and go to his website and see them on there for pricing and stuff. But that's probably where I'll get it from. But yeah, so it's a shame that I wrecked this truck, and you know, it's a shame that I don't have any videos of when I built it. You know, it's like 3 cell phones ago, and you guys know how that is. But gives you an idea here in the back of what it looks like with the dump set up. And of course, I have a whole custom bed I built for it, but I'll show you as we go. But yep, that's sort of a little bit of an update, and I'll catch you guys up here in short order. Maybe even tomorrow I might have another video out there.